finally up. I am. I'm 8 years too late, but the game has started eventually. Okay, so what have I missed? Opposite corners. This is a set between rabbitboy84 and Tones. Tones is known for being a very interesting player with the way he plays. For example, this is not an opening that most people play on opposites, where you play like this weird mirror across on the B and E files. And then this capstone is also not normal. This is definitely the types of things that Tones is willing to do, and like study to make sure it's viable in the opening, and then have the opponent have to figure out what they're doing about it. Is trying their best to do that right now. I'm surprised C6 over A6. A6 seems better to me for the simple reason that, like, now, after A5, you have tack, right? So the capstone looks a little weird. Can't say I like the fact that C6 is there. It feels kind of weird. But, I mean, maybe it's fine. I could see this A3 square reaching A6 and, like, being in the horizontal being very annoying in the future. D5 is kind of mean. Oh, I actually really like D5. Kind of a lot. I am surprised that, like, we aren't playing something like A2, look for, like, B3 left, but also probably fine. No idea. Tones now gets to try and show that their capstone is in fact a real capstone. That it also deserves to be a real boy. And, or not. We're just going with it. What? I can't say I understand this. Are you looking for A4 down? No, just cap up. And we're just gonna finagle the position until we think it works. That's so weird. Cause E6 is coming or something, right? I see it. This works, right? Don't get me wrong, this does work. It's just very... yeah. Feels like an obvious move. What am I doing? I am grabbing my stream link. Okay, yeah, this is what I expected. I'm surprised it was done this way instead of with, what's it called? With C6 down, but maybe this is better. D3 first. I mean, fair enough. Makes E5 potentially scarier. I see it. You don't really want to invite, yeah. But getting a wall here actually feels pretty good. Now, black has only played one wall. So if the board just fills right now, black is winning. But I don't think we're gonna get there. Because white's threats are so much more dominant than black's right now. Like, what is black's capstone doing? Surely it's just, like, not a useful piece. And, like, how is black's wall activating? You have to play, like, B4 or wall B4 here, surely. Even, like, D4 left, I guess? It feels bad too, though. D4 left and look for capstone left might work. Yeah, D2 also good. I did just completely miss that this is a pretty good option. White does have d6 tack here. I don't know if it's good. That's probably fine. I don't see why not. Wall up or something kind of defends. Don't see a reason not to do this. Perhaps allowing d2 is a bit much, but I guess you had to because you very much want b5. And you also just have capstone down whenever you want, so it's not really that big of a deal, probably. If I had to guess. I need to check. Where is it? There it is. Yay. And now I can put this in Dipscord. D6. Tones probably didn't realize this was tack. Thinking up what the best solution to this is. I do wonder what's more important in this position. Because, like, there's these black pieces that are, like, creating a horizontal that's kind of annoying. But there's also, like, this white top of the board. The white top of the board feels very, I don't know, dead. Like, I wouldn't call this white top of the board, like, actually scary. You know? There's a world where you can play, like, a5 right and look for just, like, get wall left bait and then smash if it comes down, but then, like, kind of stick the wall here forever, but I don't think that ever works. Allowing the wall to have that feels bad. Okay, so are we walling this again? Or are we just doing a4 down? Because a4 down feels like the natural move. Because, like, now there's just e4. Why d4? I mean, I suppose it gets a wall either way. Why not? Sure, sure. Maybe d4 better. Pins the d5 wall. Allows you to play b5 right. Maybe that's the idea. b5 right is kind of funny now. Can't say it's good, but it's definitely annoying. Rabbit is the type of player who will go for this type of, like, weirdness. He is not the type of player to sit back and let it happen to him. He showed this the other day, actually, against Pluto. He had some interesting positions, and he just created stuff. He just decided to make roads happen. Like, wholeheartedly, he's just made roads out of thin air. He just, magicianed them wholeheartedly. Now, luckily, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but this capstone on e3 does not reach a3, which is important. Like, it can only ever throw to b3, which is important, because now if the capstone comes down, it's not, like, pinned by a6 or something, which is good. That'll probably end up being, like, weirdly useful later. Yeah, definitely ready for this. I'm surprised not wall f3. Maybe that's bad. Capstone here is kind of nice. You wish you could play a flat here, but it doesn't really work the way you need it to. So it's annoying. Having a fortress might be better if you're baiting a wall out anyway. Yeah, I don't hate it. I was assuming maybe there's a way to, like, place e4. Brick policy says e2. a6. I actually don't hate this. I actually kind of like this. In a really stupid way. b4, for sure. Get more pieces in the way. Get more pieces up top to work with. b4 is annoying because it means you can't pivot to a vertical as easily. There is a world in like a millennia or something though, where like d6 left is Tinue because it threatens the horizontal and the vertical. I don't think that world ever actually happens, but it's kind of funny. Because by that point, the capstone would already be part of the vertical. So it'll probably be on c2 by then. The general vibe I'm seeing is the capstone wants to make its way onto c2 to abuse this c6 thing and get an extra tempo to defend with. Makes sense. Black wants to use this vertical to deal with some of White's like lingering ability to wander across the board and just not care about the horizontal. Because the horizontal is like cut offable, right? The capstone comes down, we place a flat somewhere. The horizontal isn't real. However, if the vertical somewhat pins the horizontal's like movements, or the capstone's movement, then the horizontal is real, right? And then you have to acknowledge it. So it's kind of a mixed game between making the vertical strong enough that your horizontal matters and whether or not your horizontal matters at all in the first place. This also allows, like, capstone throw to c3, which is weird. Again, can't say it's a good move, but it's a move. Maybe it'll have to be pulled out at some point. Okay, yeah, b1. Sure. I honestly prefer c1 because I think you're going to want to play 3b3 right anyway. Or 3b2 right. Like, you want to move the capstone down. Yeah. So 3b2 down. But then you also, or 3b3 down. But then you also want to move the capstone onto c2. So it looks at c6. Can't say I understand the decision of b1 over c1, but Rabbit has an idea, maybe. Maybe he's looking at something fancy. Okay, yeah. Oh! That's why he's playing b1. I can't say I understand it. 'Cause now, like... Right? Black has b1. And then, like, what are we playing? c1? I guess? Yeah. I can't say I like b1 up. We're doing this now? But why? Why now? I don't like this. I'm gonna say it. I don't like this. Because now, this is gonna sound really stupid. Because it didn't make sense. But now, it's not gonna sound stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to stop being so mean to myself. Now the d5 wall is unpinned. The whole point of the position is you could abuse c5 for a turn and capture onto it because the d5 wall is pinned. But now the d5 wall is unpinned. Yeah, so we run away. Okay. Capture war favors black, I think, because like a4 up is good. It works. The idea of this is like, okay, no, we just pulled this out. Yeah. This is annoying. Has to be dealt with. Yada yada. I still like a4 up. Personally quite nice. If you told me 5 moves ago that this is where the board would turn out, like 5 turns ago, like if you told me at the start of move 20, after a6, that this is where the board state would go, I would have said, yeah, maybe if they're 1700. Like, this looks so weird. Okay, so this is actually kind of scary. This is like really scary. Wait, hold on. Black can, at minimum, like, force a wall out of white, I think. No, maybe not a wall. I mean, the obvious move is like d1 up and then 2b2 right. But I don't like d1 up, to be honest. I think just c1 is better. But then there's 2b2 down. And, 2 down and then like cap down or something. So I'm a little scared. I think d1 up is good once you have c1. Until you have c1, it feels pretty bad. Yeah, this position is scary. I would not want to be in this position if I was playing as white. That's for sure. Well, that's not to say it's like a bad position for white. Like, this isn't an objectively awful position for white or anything. It's just like, it's not exactly a good position either. It just walls it early. Okay. Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay. Just keep building. That's so crazy. Literally just like, nah, I'd win. No fear. What even is what's the big idea here? Are you forcing C1 up at some point? I guess, yeah, it wins you a flat, so why not? I think just C5 though. Then it's a little sketchy. It's a little tactical here, because you have to be a little bit precise. Because, like, suppose, like, nothing happens right now, and D1 up happens, and then, like, C1 up. Then you have C1, And 2c1 and 2c2 right doesn't work. So like, suppose the wall comes up to c2. Or d1 up happens, because then the wall comes up to c2. And then we place c1. Now we have these 3 pieces and these 3 pieces. And they're threatening things. So you'd either have to wall d1, which also feels bad, or you play like 2b2 down. But 2b2 down, if we have something here, is tack. Which means I have to stop the tack threat. And if I stop the tack threat, oh, that's also a cute way of doing this. If I stop the tack threat, then there's 2c2 right after. But if I don't get that tempo, I just throw it away. Like, I'm just going to play d1, throw to d4, and it's going to kind of be dead forever. I still like a4 up, or d1 up now if we're feeling feisty. d1 up now feels pretty nice. The problem is now it's a little sketchy. Because, like, do your walls do enough? Right? See? What? Tone's just like, come at me. I'll fill the board. You gotta do something. That's crazy. I kinda like it though. d3, okay. Is this a draw if we place forever? No, it can't be. But it is. Wait, how? Black place, white place, black place, white. How does white place last? What? How did we get here? Oh, that's right! White had a 0 throw White had a +2 throw earlier. I totally forgot. So white wins if board fill, I think. What? I also don't like d3 because it justifies d1 up. Like, I would actually be really scared of d1 up right now. Tones has no fear. Tone's like, come at me, I'll fill the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 to 13 plus 2. So white place, up on flats. If black places, they lose the game. So black can't place here. So black has to get active. I don't know why white isn't placing c5. I mean, I suppose it's because a4 up is a threat, right? Now black is kind of forced to do something, though. I do think d1 up is a good move. It might get punished later. The problem is white only has, like... Yeah, d1 up. White only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns to punish it. So it does definitely seem a little scary. This is kind of cute play from black, actually. Fill up all the pieces that don't really matter here in order to force a move like this. Because if white plays c5, then this whole mess, this a4 up mess, becomes more valuable. Well, it doesn't really, in a weird way, because the d5 wall is completely pinned, and it's been pinned like forever. No, there's e4 left, I guess. Anyway. But yeah, and if you play d3, suddenly d1 up is super valuable, so... It's weird. For sure. And now you probably have to take c5 soon. Does it this way. And now just d2 up to d4. Like, borderline impossible to punish. Yeah. This is rough. Do you even do it right away? Do you have to cash it in right away? I mean, you have to at some point, but maybe you even have like c5 first. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of diabolical. And suddenly, everything Rabbit wanted to do is dead. There is e6 left, but it doesn't even work. It's just a dead board. e6 left might win a... No, it doesn't even win a flat. Or like a... Yeah, that's insane. You don't even have to acknowledge it probably either. This is terrifying. What do you do about this? I feel like you have to play capstone up here, but you don't want to play capstone up because b3 replace. That's a good point, Slatebrick. Rabbit doesn't even have time on the clock anymore. 15 seconds. Plays e6 left. I'm scared of this. Cause just d2 up 1-1. Or d2 up 1-2. And it's scary, you know? I guess it doesn't work the way you need it to right away. But it's scary. Just captures anyway! I can't say I like this early. I guess there was c3. There's something Rabbit doesn't like. Or there's something Tones doesn't like. I feel like this allows wall like e6 or c6 or something. Maybe you don't wall even actually. Just please. Oh god. Oh god. I would play c6 here. Maybe not even. I don't know. I don't know what I would do here. I mean, white is probably looking at like c4 left. c4 left looks somewhat annoying, but not annoying enough. Yeah, I guess we want to leave the stack here for now then as white. Because c4 left is kind of a nuisance. Could be a4 up times soon. Doesn't work the way you want it to yet, though. I don't know. Tone's thinking. Tone's thinking for the first move in a while. Reserve count. Tone's only at 7 reserves still. Which isn't that bad. Whoever places last here will be like... Last placement is going to be very important in this game. I mean, it is in most games, but like... Both players have it. Okay, does the d3 up throw now? I can't say I like it now anymore. Because there's no c6. So c4 left stops all of this. Right? Yeah. I'd be scared. The reason I'm scared of this as well now is because, like, now there's c3 down. c5 left is probably the move, I think. That's the move I would be looking at right now. There is 2d5 left 1-1. That's a very funny move. 2d5 left 1-1 is kind of mean. Hold on. Oh god. That's evil. It's diabolical. 2d5 left 1-1 is a psycho move. I'm sure Tones is at least, like, half-heartedly looking at it, but I don't even think he acknowledged it, but it's actually really good. Because suddenly you get your hands on the A5 stack. What? That's so weird. That doesn't feel real. Okay, just C2 down. Sure, why not? Doesn't want to deal with it. I can't say I like this. 2b1, right? Yeah. No, I know, Slate, I know. 2d5 left 1-1 stops that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Just walls. Okay, sure. I can't say I like this. This feels bad. Gosh. I guess it does do the same thing, but it lowers reserves. So black is shedding reserves here now. Which is good. Yeah, I personally think 2d5 left 1-1 there was like an insanely good, like an insanely clutch move. I do think the other option was c5 left. c5 left I also like, but I'm very scared of c3 down if that happens. So I actually don't know if I like it any more than this. Yeah, SD1 is probably what has to be played here. I don't like it, but it's like fine, I guess. This just feels bad. This feels so bad. Just walls. Oh, and it's a horror. How are we... So, how are we stopping this? Is this just white winning now somehow? FCD count time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let me check again. 13 to 11 plus 2. Yeah. White is up flats. And they self-capture, which just means you're up more flats. Well, white is up flats if they place last. Or not up flats. White had a draw if they place last, but now it's not. But it doesn't even matter anymore. There is B1 up, though. Can you play 2B2 low? Oh, B1 up is kind of annoying now. Oh no, B1 up is pinned. Duh. Oh god, it's a horror. You might have to play 2d5 left here. Or 2d5 right here. 2d5 left also works, actually. I kinda like 2d5 left. Maybe loses on the spot, but... Nah, just does it this way. Okay. Okay, sure. Can't say I can get behind this. But it's maybe fine. I'm scared, you know? Oh, there... Guys. I was gonna say, okay, so now we have to throw this down all the way. No, okay. We do just wall it. Or capture it. I can't say I like this capture. There's wall A4 now. Wall A4 is like stupidly annoying. Yeah, this capture feels really bad. Because this stack did like nothing for white, right? Like it doesn't actually do anything. You can just wall A4 yourself and get rid of it. It can't throw to C5 because it doesn't do anything. Because there's a wall defending it. It doesn't actually do enough, like, attack threat-wise. Yeah, this just feels kind of bad. Just lets it happen. We're just letting it happen? Why? Why are we just letting this stack happen? And again, now, B1 up is unpinned. Suddenly it's black winning. How it... Oh my god. Just places again anyway. Oh. Are we smashing for this? He would. Rabbit would. Yeah, doesn't let it. This does pin the, some of the stuff, though. This is also just very greedy, which I like right now. You want to shed reserves as black. Alright, we will. I see why. Can't say I like it. Yeah, this is the problem, is nothing is ever in time. Nothing is ever in time. White has one reserve left. What is the flat count right now? I need to know, actually. Maybe white, maybe just by like doing a bunch of random stuff, a random looking stuff, somehow white is still winning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this would be a draw for black. But that means a lot of stuff is pinned. Like, for example, if you capture war onto d6, capturing d6 is pinned by Galet. With capturing e6 with the capstone on e3 is pinned by Galet. Maybe you need 2d5 right here. I like 2d5 right now. But then it ends in a draw. Are you willing to accept a draw? Is the question. I think you might be able to. The other question is, could you just play like 4a5 right? Or 4a6 right? Let the smash happen and just not care. I don't know, that feels bad too. I'm not so sure. I think 4a6 right is probably fine, and then look for b1 up. Maybe it works out. I'm not sure. It's probably about to be Armageddon. I would be shocked if it didn't just turn into Armageddon right now. Yeah, goes for this kind of garbage. Can't say I dislike it. Rabbit is probably completely willing to smash for this, but it isn't actually, like, very good. Well, no, it kind of is, because now, like, you might have to force a walls black. If you smash this, though, I think black just plays b1 up. I think black plays b1 up anyway. I would. That's for sure. Or I would play the d4 right wall move. That also looks quite good. Not sure which one I like more right now. There's a few moves here. b1 right is okay. I think also d4 right 3-1 is okay. Because d4 right 3-1 defends the f6 stack, so you aren't allowed to actually, like, throw to it. Which is really annoying. You aren't allowed to capture f6 stack because, like, you just lose on the spot. Yeah, it's an endgame. It's a real endgame. We haven't had a real endgame in ages. Or, well, I mean, sometimes they happen, but they feel quite rare nowadays. Move 43 and the game still feels in the air. It's not. There's probably, like, someone who's winning and someone who's losing here, yeah? But, like, it's not the easiest in the world to prove this. Okay, does it this way. Defense? Can you afford that? I don't know. I don't know if you can afford it. What are the flats? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. White has 11 plus 2. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to 11 plus 2. Yes, it is Slate Brick. It most definitely is. The capstone defends it as well. The E4 stack. So you can't actually attack it. That is most definitely an option. Yeah. White is up enough flats that... this is sketchy. This is sketchy, this is sketchy, this is sketchy. No. It doesn't work. The obvious way I was thinking about this is like... That's also an option. This is definitely a little complicated. Because yeah, now you can do this, and now you can throw back to the d6 stack. But it doesn't actually, like, unpin the game because of this wall throw that you were talking about, Slate Brick. 44 right, 3-1 does still exist. And so, yup. This is why you aren't allowed to make this stack throw. Now, the f4 wall looks at f6, which does just win the game on the spot. But you can throw like this, and now 2d5 up comes. And the flats are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for white to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 2 for black. So even after 2d5 up, white cannot place and win. White places and loses, which means that you make up the FCD difference. Yep. Just places! I like that, actually. There's no reason not to, right? Well, because, okay, I was gonna say 2d5 up, and then, like, obviously cash out and make the easy moves, but, like, we just established black already can make an even, like, a regular FCD move, and white can't place and win. So white has to do something. But by that, like, metric, I can just place somewhere, which gets a reserve out of my stack. And just starts to end the game early. I like this. I mean, it's a really stupid, like, obvious thing when you think about it. But yeah, it's just places. Realizes it's Galen. Doesn't want more complications in the game. Just ends it on the spot. That's game. Counting one last time. Making sure he can just end it. Does it. GG to Tones. That's game 1. We still have a game 2. Wow, that was a fun game to watch. Oh my gosh. GG. Almost 50 moves of back and forth looking tack. Wow. I was scared a bit in the middle here. I was really scared, you know? Because I thought there was a world where, like, I thought there was a world where white missed their opportunity, like here. Right? Where white just starts placing, or where black missed their opportunity, and, like, white just does, like, this or something. And suddenly the entire board is closed off. Right? Because this just looks hard. You know? It just looks hard. Because it also spends a reserve. And, like, this stack doesn't really do enough. Like, I don't know what you're doing here. This, I guess? I'm not sure. I think this is winning for white. Like, if I had to say, I think this is winning for white. I'm not sure. I could be very wrong. But I personally think this is winning for white. Apparently, according to Gruppler and Live Analysis, I don't know if this is Tiltak or Topaz, but it completely disagrees with me. Like, this looks white playable here. I want to see what Tiltak tells me. Does it also think black is completely winning? Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, just run away. Sure. Makes sense. And then the game is like unplayable or something. And now the wall looks stupid. Sure, why not? And Rabbit kind of realized this and so didn't want to play into it. And so just captured. But even then, it's rough. But yeah, that was an endgame. Real endgame. Been a while since I've seen a real endgame. Yada yada, yada yada. Yeah. Just ends it. Place here is actually kind of clutch, isn't it? Because, like, suppose you do this. There's maybe a world where you, like, do this and, I don't know, cash out instead. Or, like, you do this here. Like, now you place... no, it's still completely chopped. Yeah, it's still so cooked. Like, there's not an escape route here. You just lose. It's just over. Oh, that's even tax, so you can't actually do that way. Wow, that's like unbearable. Yeah, that's rough. I still like, I do want to see if Topaz hates me for this. Where is it? Here. How bad is this? Does Wasm hate me for this? It doesn't hate it that much. It just thinks a wall is fine. Fair enough. Like, this is obviously the idea. Oh, I guess because the wall looks at this stack, which is, like, really annoying. Sure. Right, and now it's like, whatever. Yeah, sure. So you lose some advantage for this. Whatever. Turns out I'm just bad at the game of tack. Not unexpected. Good game from Tones, though. On to the next game? On to the next game. I have already missed a bunch of the opening. What is happening? Why am I so slow? Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, this is quirked up. Okay. Well, this is why we watch Tones and Rabbit. I've never seen an opening like this in my life. Especially in tournament. What did I just watch? They just played on each other's sides of the board. And then just started playing like they both had a horizontal, or like... And then White just played as if they have a horizontal. And then White decided to pivot as if they have a vertical. This is so weird. This is kind of awkward though, because now there's like D6 for White, and it's kind of goofy. I don't know. I don't know. capstone d6. What? What am I looking at? So okay, instead of playing d6, we played d5. Which actually, considering capstone d5 existed, I see it. I'm not gonna lie. But capstone d6. Whoa. I don't know. Does that work? Like, I'm a little scared, don't get me wrong. I know there are things to be scared about as black or as white in this position. But are they really that scary? Like, is there like d4 down here? Is there d6 right? No, just plays this. I mean, makes sense. I don't know what we're doing about this. Like f5 down, I guess. And then like dreaming. Like this is unironically very, very scary. Um, but the problem is once it's over and dealt with, yeah, like once we've successfully just walled it and then made the capstone look a little weird on the side of the board, what is it doing? Like, suppose f5 and we just play like wall b5 or wall c6 or something. Like, how are you stopping this? It's just a split map. But I will say, split maps tend to favor the person who has more accessibility for walls. In my opinion. d5 down allows f5. Because e6 down is tenuous. Oh my god. No, is f5 tenuous? No. Okay, f5 here just feels natural. But you have to calculate. This is definitely a I must calculate type of position. If you stop paying attention for a second, you will lose the game. So, let's pay attention. How do we not lose the game in one move? This is definitely a very, very tactical position. No doubt in my mind about it. If this was me in this spot, there is a non-zero chance I would just say, okay, fight me, and just play f5 anyway. Because I don't see what the atrocity is. Because if it's d4 right, I have e6, e5 down. If it's e6 down, I have f5 left. Maybe it's just bad? I don't know. Am yet unsure. Perhaps even more goofily, though. Okay, yeah. B5, just match. Yup. That makes sense. This is the real question at this point, though. Has Rabbit officially made the white capstone more useful than the black or the black capstone more useful than the white capstone? And as of yet, I am unsure. So, C3 is interessante. Can't say I lo comprendo. This wall does make the black capstone look much less useful, though. And we see, clearly Tones was very ready to play it. That was kind of the idea behind B5, is if you match, then I just like... If it were me, I probably would have just played like F5 and forced you to play B5 down. And then look for B5, A5 myself. I don't know. But I could just be crazy. I'm also the type of player who would play B3 in this position. And then would have missed that wall C3 exists. B1 question mark? No, B1 isn't good. Because you don't want to play D3 down because D3 tack happens and it's actually bad. Okay. Maybe it's fine though. Yeah, just D2. Sure. C3 down will come. We will probably ignore it. Alright, we knew this was coming. I kind of forgot it was coming after A5. I'm gonna be honest, for some reason in my head, A5 signaled the vertical. No clue why I didn't process that it was a horizontal threat. Now do it. Ooh, we do it this way. That sorprendidos me. I was wondering if we were just gonna play B5 right. Because B5 right actually stops it for long enough, right? It's actually kind of annoying. Just walls on B1. What? Oh, we can't do it that way because there's a wall coming? Weird. I mean, it makes sense. But just like F2 or something, yeah? Maybe like F3 or something better? I'm not sure. C1. Okay. Yeah. Wants to pin it. Also makes the vertical exist. I don't know if the vertical ever actually matters. Wait. Wait. Surprised this way instead of F2, but also, yeah. Totally forgot B3 down was a move. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm a little scared as white here. Alright, we play B6. Sure. Sure. Now, if D5, we're playing 2C4 left? Schmore, okay. You could play A3 in response to this. E4? I Can't say I understand it. Why are we playing e4 actually? Like, if white plays e4, isn't it just good for me? Or even if, like, white plays d5, like, both of them are good for me as black, I think. Yeah, f2 time. I think it's d5 time. If I had to say. But perhaps he just hates d5 for some reason, so. Not sure why, but maybe. I would look at b3 here. Or c4. Ooh, there is c4 tack, actually. Oh, that's kind of cute. That's why he was playing e4. Is so now c4 is tack. Is it any good, though? Unschmore. I do like it, though. c4 is nice. For people who could be unawares, in case anyone is rewatching the video and not particularly proficient in tack, c4 is tack because if white were to, or if black were to leave a white piece on d5, and then a black piece on c5, and the capstone on b5, they would end up with f4, e4, d4, c4, c5, a capstone on b5, and a5, which would make a horizontal road. So, sorry, I did not mean to zoom in that far. Ah, my screen. There we go. That's fine. Okay. Oh, apparently I have zooming the wrong way. Yeah, place c4 tack. Tones should be able to spot this. It's kind of a cute idea, though. You might have to play capstone up to deal with this. Or there's like e3 up. I'm not sure how willing to play e3 up I would be in this position, though. Just misses it! Tones completely misses it. Oh my god, that's the game. GG. Rabbit finds a road. Clean. It was a little sneaky, but I thought Tones would spot that. Wow. What? After that 50 move game 1, what a way for game 2 to end, by the way. Just a patient, passive threat. It just completely misses it. I mean, fair enough. That last game lasted forever, so like, yeah, you're right. That might have just been exhausting. I kind of want to call these two people. Hold on. Let's see if I can get them in for an interview. I doubt there's anyone well, I mean, Slate Break is probably watching, but like, I doubt there's like anyone much watching. That's fine. I'm not mad. I don't care. I just like interviewing people. And I like using this as an excuse to do so. So, I'm gonna see if I can ping these bozos. This game I can pull up. And then I want to put it on this. And then I wanted to pull up the other game. Oh, white screen. I'm flashbanging somebody at home. Just comfortably sitting watching TAC, going through the VOD, and then suddenly they get flashbanged. It's a horror. Okay, someone is in here somewhere. Tones is like here-ish. Oh, that's right, I'm above Tones now. There you go. Tones, please! Please! It appears the interview was, oh, does Rabbit want to get in here? Yeah, that makes sense. I wanted to look at this game as well. Mm. It's like from here it felt pretty good. Right? I would feel pretty comfy in this position. But it's like, once you get here, it's like kind of hard to play, you know? Oh. What did I forget to... I invited you to talk, and then I forgot to join the VC. I'm so sorry. My brain is like...
I can hear you.
90% off.
Can you hear me though?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just on the laptop in a hotel, so it's a little bit
I understand.
iffy. You said you wanted to chat a little bit about the game, or
Yeah.
I guess you streamed it, or are you streaming it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hi. Yeah, I'll like it. I'm wondering how many people will be... Maybe more people will watch the VOD. This game was fun, though. The second game was a little unfortunate. I mean, winning is fortunate for you, obviously. But, like... It seemed like it was going to be a very cool back and forth, and then Tones just completely missed it. Which, I mean, after this 50-move slobber knocker, I'm not particularly surprised by. That was... This game was very intense. I was wondering when abouts in this game you felt, like, early in the game it obviously felt very, I don't want to say, like, dominant purely, but relatively in control, right? Like, you had control of a lot of the space on the board. And I was wondering when about you felt like...
It slipped away.
Yeah. Because, for example, I was looking at, like, after B1 up, I was just surprised by this.
Which move number? Where are we looking?
22. B1 up. B1 setting up for B1 up felt very odd to me. Or, like, doing this also felt very odd to me. Because, like, now this wall is unpinned, right? Which means, I mean, obviously that's why you throw it away, right? But it felt very forced to do all of this.
Yeah, B5 over. I wasn't happy with, but I was running out my clock and needed to do something. It was a decent threat, but C6 right, just on 23.
Yeah. On 23, C6 right, yeah. I expected you to set up for the, like, B5 right is obviously a move, I expected you to set up like a vertical first. Like play for like C1 instead, shuffle your capstone down, make like a threat here. Obviously, kind of thing. Like this was like, I thought this was the whole reason you were setting this up, right? Was to set up this throw threat. Force something
Made
like
a
this, maybe
silly
play
thread
for
up top,
C6
and then
after.
trying to work for the
Vertical.
vertical. And I think I was worried about C1 just not being good enough with B1 plus right there.
With what? Oh, with
B1
like
up
this.
or A2 over, or just him building around. Um,
Like
but
just like
maybe
ignoring it completely and
SC1,
doing like this or something.
yeah. Oh, are you sharing your screen? I'm on PTN.
Oh, am I blind? Oh, yeah.
No,
I am,
I'm
but it
just
doesn't
thumbing
matter.
through. I'm not. I don't think I got the bandwidth here to pull up your stream as well and talk.
That works for me.
SC1 may have been an overreaction on 26. A flat would have given me a little more maneuverability later on.
I I agree, but it's scary to play a flat there, right? Because it felt like you were gonna have to play a wall anyway at some point. Mm,
I was
like I
happy
was
with
even scared of like
34. I felt pretty good, but then
I in this position I was thinking of just playing C5.
which turn are you looking at?
26 as well, instead of a wall at all. Like just allow this and then look for 2b2 down. But with tack. So you can like maneuver a bit. And if B2 replaced, the capstone comes down. And if not B2 replaced, then just like ignore it.
Yeah, I guess I was worried about something like D1 plus on 26 as a response, and then it gets messy.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff I was also very scared of this. I have no idea what you do into this. I just figured like you pray and then like have
Yeah.
a prayer. Like I honestly didn't know what. Oh, because I also forgot that now like now SC1 is pinned. Yeah. I was scared of D1 up. I didn't know exactly what to do about it. I honestly thought after D1 up that somehow SC1 worked, but I totally forgot this just hangs a road on the spot. Yeah, okay. It makes sense to be
So
scared of this. Yeah.
there's probably something around like 25, 26 where I should have um, played something. I don't know what Topaz would say. I haven't looked at any of the stuff, but where I should have played something like D1, just
Yeah.
getting something down in that area, not making this somewhat hollow threat up along the top. And then that also, if I played D1, B2 reaches for a road threat. So I bet you something like that would be.
B1, B2. Yeah. I also was surprised you never played C5. C5 seemed like a very important square. No one played C5 for so long, and it just begaffled me, truly.
Yeah, it felt covered, I guess.
I was also amazed that, like, Tones just opted into C6 right on move 31 instead of just, like, pulling the trigger on this, like, spread.
You were amazed what?
That instead of, like, on 31, instead of pulling he played C6 right instead of pulling the trigger on the stack throw up. Just surprised me.
On which turn?
31.
31.
It just seemed like such an annoying threat. Like, maybe you have, like, C3 right or something? But that still doesn't look very good.
What was he going to throw on that one? Down there on the D2. Yeah, I thought he was going to spread that long before he did. I guess he wanted that hanging threat down there. I think he was trying to find a way to make it more
Like
robust.
yeah. I got scared a
I was
little
looking for
towards
that.
the
I was
end.
going to do B3 over. 3B3 over 1-2 was my somewhat planned response to that.
Did you say C3? You know what? Yeah. I was also surprised by like C2 down here. Maybe it's like the best move, but I started getting scared for tones around this like move 35-ish when you let your threat kind of look very big. I think it didn't end up mattering, but it was definitely very... I got a little spooked.
Yeah, this is one where I think if I had more time, I would have been able to come up with a better threat down here.
Yeah.
I mean, time's running low, place a flat, make a threat. It's kind of, an easy thing to do, but it just locks my stack down there. Maybe if I'd done something like, I don't know if that would work, but 4C1 plus 1-3 on 35 to make that threat a little differently, or just ignore the threat and
Kind of a funny move.
play somewhere else on the board, SC4 or something like that. I don't know.
Or even like, there's a world I was looking at where you like let this happen anyway. And then just like, I thought you might smash this stack that comes across. Just like straight up.
So I feel like, yeah, somewhere around the 26 to 35 was a little iffy. And then after that, it was just don't even have time to count flats. I was up going into the end game, but I had liabilities and not enough time to kind of come up with a coherent plan after that.
It was a very endgamey endgame. It was very real endgame.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen a real endgame in a while. It was fun to watch.
It's hard to get to them because, I mean, we both spent a lot of time in the opening. We ran down our clock quite a bit. God, but I mean, if you don't use if you don't use that time in the opening, then you lose to an early 10U. If you do use that time, then you get a really rushed end game. So that's my opinion anyway.
I also wanted to like, there's not much to touch on, but I wanted to touch like quick on the second game. Not keep you around forever, but like this. First off, what do you think of whatever this opening was? Like even just the first like 6 turns. I've never seen an opening like this.
This is Tones. This is brought to you by Tones.
That's what I
I did some prep on this kind of wacky, I guess, opposing knight move where he starts out way on the other side. I think he played it against Abyss or Allion recently in this tournament.
Yeah.
And he did a cap on one of the, like a far center cap on one of the games too. So I kind of looked at those lines. And I mean, we went off book, just this wasn't planned or anything. We went off book from what I studied on his move 3. So
makes sense.
Two moves in, we were already off book, and then, but what I was looking at with Tiltak and Topaz, when you do this kind of opposite corner, almost like a reverse knight thing, you end up with a separated games.
Yes.
Which is what we ended up with too on this one. So I feel pretty comfortable as black with the separated games because if you don't get tenued, then you pretty much have a flat win.
I think I somewhat brought this up too, and I think it's a pretty recurring theme. Generally, the person who has more like flat and like wall flexibility wins a split map, like a split board state, right? Because they just have more flexibility in how to defend. Which I think kind of...
the problem.
Yeah,
just comes in not getting tenued.
Yeah, right. And I mean,
It's really easy to say. I mean, if you don't, you can win if you just don't lose. That's the doesn't doesn't offer much for learning there. So, but separated games, tenure patterns are something that I'm used to looking at. So
I
I
would say
I don't
they're.
know if I intentionally steered the game that direction, but I was not upset that it went to a separated games.
I would argue that like Tinue and like tactical positions are like your best strength. So allowing you to get into that position feels very favored for the type of thing you do. I was very excited to watch you versus Tones. That's why I wanted to stream it so badly, is because I feel like you two in a matchup are very willing to just brawl. Like, you're not the type of people to back away, you know?
Yeah, that first game went a little bit. It got out of my comfort zone. I mean, low on the clock and in game, those are two of my least favorite, or not necessarily favorite, but they're my I'm least capable on low time in the in
Yeah.
game. There's just too much to calculate. Um, but uh, but yeah, they were definitely fun games, and neither of us ran out of time. We just got low, so that was good.
Question.
Yeah,
On 19 in the second game, was the point
yeah.
of playing e4 to set up this c4 threat? Because that's what it looked like to me after the fact. Which I thought was quite
It
elegant,
was
actually.
but it was also to set up to pin the wall there. Um,
Oh, that makes sense. So I couldn't skedaddle.
yeah, and then was there anything else that was weird about that?
I mean, it's nice, right? Because
It
it,
was
like,
mainly to set up the throw. I was thinking that I might have to capture over with C5 at some point, or just
yeah.
kind of block the vertical from white a little bit.
I was almost there scared, like, if Tone spotted this. I was wondering if there was some dumb, like, E3 up defense. Which just looks so stupid, but it works so well.
Yeah, things like that, or I even thought about stepping the whole cap stack over onto the D file just for silly things like that.
Yeah. It is a cute way of making it so now when I play c4, though, like, I can buy a turn to play b3,
Mhm.
which is nice, because obviously otherwise that's the problem, right? Suppose you don't have e4, then c4, b3 is just, like, really annoying.
Yeah, and I was at the end that C4. I mean, it was a threat, but it was also to pin that wall from throwing down
Yeah.
onto B2.
That's the other, because, well, the thing is, like, you want to play c4 to pin it there, but you also don't want white to be able to play b3 and then have tack, because then I guess you play, like, c3 left or something? But that doesn't feel very good either. Maybe, I don't know. Like, it just feels weird to me, at least.
Yeah, but they don't get B3 because they're intact.
Exactly. Which is why I thought e4, like, after the fact, I was like,
The
e4 was a
E4
nice
up.
move to deal with that. I thought it was
Yeah.
cute. Anyway, I've
And I
yapped your
was
ear off.
hoping that I left myself enough kind of wiggle room to be able to throw the cap stack down onto the main area of the white
Yep.
stones if I had to later on.
Like, you could even, like you said, play just, like, 5e6 down, or 5e5 down,
Mhm.
and just, like, shuffle down and then throw all the way down and be fine. Like, you still have the time
Yeah.
to do this. So, it made sense. It was good. It was a fun set.
I'm glad
I
you got to
streamed
stream it. I'll try and watch it back and do some analysis on it later. But right now I'm gonna go get some breakfast.
Don't feel obligated to, but yeah. Go get food in your stomach.
Yeah.
And have a wonderful morning. I hope you have a
Thanks.
wonderful. Are you still
You
in like the
Still
UK, I
in
think.
the UK. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not the UK, but in Ireland.
Yeah.
We fly out tomorrow, so I'll have to reverse all my time
Oh
schedules and
God.
everything, and then be jet lagged and all that. But
Yeah.
for now, yeah, it's morning time over here and nighttime over there.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your trip. The little finale. That was a fun set.
Thank you.
Really.
Yeah, and
I'll
we'll
stop yapping your
we'll
ear
review
off.
those, and then I'll text you if something else comes up. I'll send you something on the analysis channel.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Okay. That's gonna be all for the stream. I'm happy I at least got someone to interview with me because that was a super cool set. So I wanted something to like end it off with. Yeah, that was like super fun to watch. That was just cool. That was just cool tack. I hope you also enjoyed the tack stream. If you're continuing to do something, I hope you have a wonderful time doing whatever that thing is, pivoting into whatever you will need to do other than, you know, watch tack. Otherwise, I know I had a fantastic time watching tack. So I hope the next time we watch tack will be just as fun. I don't know if it'll be this fun. Although lately I've been getting a lot of Tones games. And the Tones games have all been brawls. So maybe we'll get some more brawl tack. You know, I wouldn't be mad about that. Who knows? Well, we'll see. And I hope you're there for it. That's gonna be the end of the stream. Peace.